Hello everyone, welcome back to what I will strongly assume to be the final episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Again, I'm very sorry for having to left the last episode at this part. I know it seems a bit weird and kind of cliffhangery. I didn't want to do that, but like I said, I didn't want a whole 1 hour episode because even that's way too long even for my blood. So, no. Anyway, continuing on from the last one, my client, Matt Ungod, is... We either say he's guilty and condemn Maya to death, or we say not guilty and condemn Miss Andrews to life in prison. Actually, this will be first-degree murder. It'll be the death penalty. So either way, someone's gonna die. I'm going to go ahead and side with Maya, because Maya did say that you better give Ungard the guilty verdict, so she is ready to die for this guilty verdict. If you think about it, I don't want her to die, of course, but... We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Ungard, your client, he deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Ungard, it... Francisco von Karma! Somehow we stalled just long enough. What are how? You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Myers Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here, in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is! That's gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for his ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what's inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat, inside it are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final pieces of evidence! This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. Very well, I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. I should stop clicking outside of the game. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the Kellel during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The Kellel left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around. A miracle of sorts. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the Kellel's pistol have anything to do with this case? Does that pistol have any relation to this case? They have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least with me. Huh? That's the pistol he used to shoot you, isn't it?
That's what I believe, yes.
Oh.
I cut the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test.
So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francisca. Probably not going to help us very much. A small caliber pistol, thought to have been fired by the killer at Francisca. Not sure yet, but it's highly possible.
The second piece of evidence is this videotape.
I bet the killer took that from Ungard Mansion. Have you checked the contents of that tape?
Unfortunately, there was no time to.
Oh yeah.
But I would speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it.
The killer went back for it.
That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelly the killer is no ordinary man.
One of the items retrieved, the killer violently tried to recover it. He willingly risked being captured to get that tape, and by some miracle, the officers managed to protect it, but not without 3 of them being injured. So this tape is something extremely important then. Just sucks we don't know what's on it.
The last piece of evidence is the bellboy uniform.
Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime?
I am almost certain that it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets.
There's no doubt about it then. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder.
There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform.
And what is that?
There is a button missing on this uniform.
A button?
It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue.
Bellboy's uniform, worn by the killer on the night of the murder. One of the buttons is missing.
That is all I had to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelly the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor! But please, allow me to examine this new evidence at least. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand the verdict down.
Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he?
Is this the end? Phoenix? I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there?
I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now.
But no matter how you think about it,
it's... Try. For my sake. Just think about it for a second, okay? There are 2 ways out of this situation for us.
2?
The first. Make Ungard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict.
Huh?
The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Ungard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go.
That may be true, Mia, but that's asking me to do the impossible.
The second way. Force the killer to end his contract with Ungard. If the killer were to no longer think of Ungard as his client, then he would let Maya go.
But Mia, that's even more impossible! He's a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else.
I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. Well, that may be, but the bigger problem here is the judge already decided he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what always worked for us? Huh? The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence? The defense, the prosecution, and the judge. We have all seen the pieces of evidence, and that is how we come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all, and that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then, you want to show evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
One chance?
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
But that's impossible, Your Honor, to turn the situation around in one try.
One try. That is all I will permit.
I have to remember everything that has happened up to this point.
Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking Ungar down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to?
Ooh. Well, to be perfectly frank, this part is a no-brainer. Everyone... Okay, we're talking about the 3 pieces of evidence that was just shown. The entire courtroom has seen it. Prosecution, me, the defense, the judge, we have all seen it. The only person who has not seen it... Okay, in his case, at least heard of it, is Shelley de Keller. As far as we know, I think he's right now disconnected his end of the connection. So he doesn't even know we have it right now. So, this part's a no-brainer. We want to show evidence to Shelley de Keller.
I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person.
This one, however, is... this one I don't know.
Okay, I know it has to deal with the 3 pieces that was just brought up.
It has to be one of these 3 that was just shown, because Shelley de Keller has no idea we had these now. The only thing that could possibly be of any importance is this tape. And the reason I say this is because de Keller purposefully went back to a police-infested crime scene to get it. And he failed. He injured 3 officers to try and get it. So the question then is, why did he want to get this? He didn't go back for the gun, he didn't go back for the uniform, he went back specifically for the videotape. I don't know what's on that tape. But, okay, considering de Keller's temperament, he did not... He would only go back for something if it has something to do with his client. So, did Matt Ungar tell him to keep the tape on him at all times?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just had an idea.
Oh, I just remembered. What if? Just what if? What if Matt Ungard needs that tape? Because remember, when we revealed to him that we knew he was the murderer, he said that. He said that. Oh, remember, Matt Ungard recorded the crime happening. That was his insurance, his blackmail to Ungard. Oh my god. Oh my god. This just might be it. This just might be proof of a breach of trust. Right here. This has to be it. This has to be it.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I think that there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
Alright. Looks like I managed to convince him. But Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. Yes, that was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. Aha. I thought so. I'm afraid that I have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it, so, no, I have absolutely no idea. Well then, let me tell you that you are on this tape. Me? There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What? Is that true? Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted a camera? Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews.
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you.
I had no idea.
Mr. Wright, why in the world would my client do such a thing?
I would like to know why.
Why did Matt Ungard film the crime scene? The reason why he did this is my ticket out of this entire mess. Well, there's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to blackmail you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. Oh, but I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. So that's where the video comes in. With it, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. So, what do you have to say to that, Shelley de Calais? Ugh. Go!
Well, it looks like I have been deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client.
I have one question for the witness.
Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
Well, that's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. immediately. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the end of the earth to exact my punishment.
Oh, we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes, we just proved breach of trust. Oh, Ungard, guess what? I win. After a very long, hard battle, I win.
I see. That's all I wanted to know. So, the traitor becomes the killer's next target? I get it! This is how we'll turn the case around! Mr. Wright.
Yes?
My contract with my client is, as of now, over. I seem to have a new job on my hands. Therefore, I will return to you your precious item.
What the? I'm not an item!
Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank God! We did it. Our hands are no longer tied. This trial appeared to have come to its conclusion. However, I'm sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the... Wow! But Miss Von Karma, where did that... she always has you in her sights, it seems, Your Honor. Now then, I do believe it's time to finally hand down the verdict.
Oh, you, sir. You put us through hell and back. And now, after almost a very disastrous ending for us, it's time to throw the ball back into your court. Mr. Ungard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy.
But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you just watched this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is that all right with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. Oh ho ho. God! He is guilty! For the love of all that's holy, he is guilty. This Dumas is guilty. Guilty, 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 guilty! Mad on guard. Huh. Even though I'm a lawyer, I can't make your crime disappear. So therefore, I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self... guilty! Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside of the detention center, your life will be in danger. So no matter which way you look at it, no matter which way, you can't run from your crime anymore. Ew. Oh my God. Well, I don't think you're a pretty boy anymore because you just quite literally scarred your face. You are no... You know, I gotta wonder if that's symbolism or something, because he's always has this refreshing, like a spring breeze image, always this, like, pretty boy. Now that his life is kinda over, he's no longer this pretty boy, so now, to reflect that, his face is all scarred up now. You know, I never thought of it that way, but if that's true, then my God, that's some good symbolism right there, that he's no longer a pretty boy, so it's time for his face to reflect it.